call this meeting to order. Oh, here we go, boom. Bill?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so first off, we'll approve minutes of prior meetings. We have the non-public work session of January 9th.
Mr. Chair, I move that those minutes be approved as written.
All right, we have a second. You can say.
Was I here?
January
Yeah, you were here.
9th,
I second it.
non-public work session meeting. We have a motion by Bill, second by Neil. All those in favor?
Aye.
Voting on his.
Then we
Abstain.
have the January 23rd work session minutes.
Make a motion to approve?
By
Second.
Mike, second by Bill. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have the minutes of the January 23rd meeting, the regular meeting, public meeting,
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
by Mike, second by Neil. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And finally, we had a non-public meeting on January 23rd. Oh, this isn't finally, I'm
Quite so
sorry.
final, yeah.
What's that?
Not quite so final.
Not quite so final, right. The second to final, January 23rd minutes of a non-public meeting
Motion to approve?
by Mike and a
Second.
second by, go with Neil. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 And finally, the minutes of a select board work session and non-public meeting of January 30th.
Motion to approve?
By Bill and a second by Mike. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 And Neil abstains, I guess.
Neil abstains, I guess.
I wasn't there.
Oh, all right. The announcements are that we will meet on the following dates. Regular meetings at 6 o'clock on February 27th and March 13th. Work review sessions prior to the regular meeting will start at 5. The town offices are to be closed on Monday, February 20th in observance of President's Day. And the exciting part for every town every year, town elections are on Tuesday, March 14th from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And the town meeting will be on Wednesday, March 15th at 7 p.m. at the elementary school. All of these meetings are to be held in the town hall unless otherwise posted, or as in the case of the annual meeting at the Plymouth Elementary School. Citizens wishing to be listed on the agenda should notify the town hall before noon, the Friday before the scheduled meeting. Next item here is a letter from the Department of Transportation. I guess I should read this, is that?
Yes.
Excuse me, we have a letter dated January 24th, 2017 from the State of New Hampshire Department of Transportation concerning roadside flashing beacon number B-377-02 on US 3 northbound about 6 feet prior to the National Guard Armory. And the letter says, the Department of Transportation has recently inspected the beacon attached to the traffic turning and entering sign located adjacent to the roadway on US 3 northbound 600 feet prior to the National Guard Armory and found the beacon in poor condition. As such, the Bureau of Traffic will be permanently removing the beacon, sign, and signposts. A new W1110 truck crossing sign will be installed closer to the Armory, plus or minus 300 feet north of the existing sign. NHDOT has been closely evaluating all flashing beacons, and if the beacon is at the end of its useful life and/or is no longer warranted by Federal Highway Administration's Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices, then the evaluated beacon is removed. Unfortunately, this beacon satisfies both of these conditions. Customarily, the department waits 30 days when the removal is scheduled. The removal most likely would occur 15 to 30 days after the waiting period. I fully understand your concerns with this removal. The department has found that this type of warning beacon lose their effectiveness due to the fact that they are installed in areas that do not meet the minimum manual of traffic design requirements and diminishes the effectiveness of those beacons which are warranted. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me or Peter Crouch at 271-2291. William Lambert. So I guess the beacon's going away. Is that a matter of concern to some people? Did you know this? No. You wrote the letter as though it was, I just didn't know. And then we have a letter of intent from Irene Garvey for an appointment to the Plymouth Energy Commission. So I have a letter here from Irene Grace Garvey, who writes and says, with this letter, I request your approval to serve on the Plymouth Energy Commission. I love living and being part of this vibrant community and want to participate in ways that are meaningful, such as being part of the PEC team. My husband and I bought land in Plymouth in 2010, then built and moved into our home in December 2011. I am an environmental consultant and a mediator/facilitator. My work has ranged from projects related to land conservation, facilitating efforts around land use, food security, food security and sustainability, to conflict resolution and consensus building. I have been an active member and was previously on the board for the Plymouth Area Renewable Energy Initiative. I served as Parade Board President after Peter Adams. In addition, I managed Local Foods Plymouth for 5 years. Thank you for considering my request. I remain sincerely yours, Irene Grace Garvey.
Looking for a motion.
I think we're looking for a motion.
I move that we approve that request.
All right. Does anybody want to second that?
I second that.
Bill seconds it. Does anybody have anything further to add?
I think Grace is going to be a great addition to the committee. Commission.
I know Grace.
Yep, I do
Grace
too. Great. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That sounds like a unanimous vote in the affirmative for Grace Garvey. Then we have purchase order. This is purchase order for the police department for Paquette signs, one 5 by 8 foot freestanding double-faced identity sign for $10,260.
Is that illuminated?
It doesn't say.
Yes. The chief can't be here tonight, Mr. Chair. In 24 hours
He's been busy.
for all first responders. And purchase order that Steve's bringing before you, that like approved, we could have gone to other sign companies, but every time you go to a sign company, unlike buying a tractor or something like that, you have to pay for a design.
Yeah.
And that just missed it by a few $100s. It's a reputable sign company. We've used them before, Pocket Signs. It's known by everybody. I think you're going to really like the sign. I've seen a rendition of it. I don't want to like it to be a surprise. I think it's going to do justice to what renovations we've done up at the PD. And it's time that we replace the sign out front.
Which is in pretty bad shape.
Pretty dire shape.
Yeah. Do we have a motion?
It's not contrary to any sign zoning that we have.
No.
Excellent.
So we checked with Brian for the zoning board.
We've checked it ourselves, it's okay.
Yeah, okay. It's
I
not
make-
too high or too.
Purchase of the sign.
All right, we have a motion by Neil,
Second.
second by Mike. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of approving the purchase order?
Aye.
Aye.
So we'll just sign that. There you go. And then really the final item on this agenda is any committee reports that people have?
I had a chamber meeting February 9th. They have a new offer in on the visitor information booth on exit 28. Looks like there's very little contingencies, and it looks like it will probably go through, they're guessing, and they're looking for new members for the board, and they have a business after hours, 5 to 6:30 PM at Woodsville Guarantee Bank, Thursday, February 16th.
In the Plymouth branch? I guess it must be.
Yes, Tenny Mountain Highway.
Okay.
Got a bunch of stuff. That's all I got.
I'm going to be meeting with the North Country Council Board of Directors on Wednesday, and the Transportation Advisory Committee on Thursday.
Okay. I'm sorry, did I misunderstand?
So, yeah, but, so anyway, I went to a PERLAC meeting on the 31st, Pemigewasset River Local Advisory Commission. And we reviewed a data request from Northern Pass attorneys, and Max Stamp, the chair, has been going down to Concord quite a few times to, testify or provide their attorneys with follow-up information. Also, we reviewed changes to the shoreline permitting statute, RSA 483B. There's a proposed bill, Senate Bill 10, that's going to make some changes to that RSA. If you're interested, you might want to take a look. It has to do with, shoreline vegetation and such. We also discussed the moving and the construction of a new salt shed at highways. Their salt shed is going to be moved because of the required movement of the sand shed. And it's going to be contained by 3 sides of concrete. It's a lot more, impervious to where it was, which was just on, I think, the ground, or it might be on concrete.
Ground wood, yep.
Ground in a pole barn.
Yep.
So, talked to Max after the meeting. We might have a couple people just to visit, do a site visit and kind of just give Joe the okay. Also attended an Energy Hub meeting on the 31st in Holderness, and what we did was Sandra Adams has been facilitating these, Sandra from Paray, and we reviewed energy projects of the multi-towns that belong to the group. Include at this particular meeting, it was Meredith, Holderness, and Plymouth, and we touched base with the PV project that we might be going forward with, and also discussed the reduced wattage street lamps that are being tested by the co-op. And I attended a technical session in Concord where Northern Pass attorneys are asking questions about the technical information that was given to them, and Sharon Penny, our town planner, was there to provide answers to the attorneys. And she cited several significant problems or issues with trenching down Main Street with both pedestrian passage and vehicles. And also attended a planning board work session on February 2nd. And we had North Country Council down to further the master plan work that we've been doing.
I have a question for you regarding the Energy Committee. Is it my understanding that they're considering the placement of streetlights in the town?
No.
No?
What was desired was to maybe look at a lower wattage bulb than the 65 watts that are currently being used. And initially, we were told by the co-op that we're not going to be doing that because they have basically a slew of 65-watt bulbs, and they're just going to keep on replacing those until they run out. But we were contacted recently by Bill Johnstone regarding their testing new lower wattage bulbs. And those aren't going to be replacing, they might, well, ultimately, if they decide to use them, they'll be replacing some lamps.
Is it possible to have a new street light installed?
Yeah.
You mean where there isn't one?
Yeah, I have some concern about illuminating the intersection of Loon Lake Road and Fairground Road. It's a very dark intersection.
Actually,
There's a lot of traffic.
you can see one of the lower wattage bulbs from that intersection up by that turnaround where the railroad tracks are, the old road. There's a lamp there, that's the lower wattage lamp.
Could you put in a request for a light at that intersection?
Yeah, I think, you'd approach the town. I don't think you'd necessarily approach the commission, but,
Okay.
you'd request a lamp, and they have to
Okay.
work with the co-op to, and I don't know if any abutters might be interested in not putting a lamp there, but there's no abutters there anyway.
Nobody lives there. It's just an intersection.
Corn. Sounds good to me.
All right. Any new business, old business, unfinished business, public comment?
No
Not
public.
going to be any public comment.
I make a motion.
To adjourn?
Yes.
We have a motion to adjourn, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.